You have the widest range in your volume.
Yeah.
I'm the most consistent,
Mm-hmm.
and that, which is good and bad. And then John is very consistent until he makes screechy noises.
Well, okay, that's fair.
And then I have the dynamic radio-esque whatever the fuck voice. I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of quiet and chill, and other times, hi!
And welcome
Loud.
to Blank Bodies.
Oh, shit.
Vampire the Masquerade V5 tabletop and horror podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and I was rudely almost usurped the intro by...
I'm sorry.
Oh, are we going out of order now?
No.
That one over there is...
John, just introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
And then I'm the other one, Sarah. Hi.
That's Sarah.
So, welcome to the
We're
show.
going chaos mode.
We are. It's beast mode, even.
Oof.
Because it is a mailbag this week.
Yeah. Not a female bag, but a male bag.
John over there flexing.
I'm going beast mode.
Oh my god. I mean, Hunter, you've been doing the workout and the lifting, so like,
look at them muscles. Look at them muscles.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I just switched back to a cut.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 15, 20 pounds to lose, probably.
Oh shit.
But it should be done by the end of the year.
Okay.
Like upping my step count for the day and also dropping my calories for the day. I'm just like tired all the time.
Eepy boy.
I'm just appy.
Appy pens.
But beauty isn't free, I guess. So
Beauty is not free.
Suffer.
I know. I got like 4 months. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you got this.
I found out
Mm-hmm.
the secret is just finding meals that you really like. Like I found some like really low calorie toast and every day and some lean beef, and so every morning I just have like a hamburger with a fried egg on top and a bunch of salsa.
I mean,
but it's high protein, low calorie.
I mean,
Honestly, that doesn't sound too bad.
breakfast burger, pretty dope.
That or yogurt and fruit and protein powder stirred together.
Oh hell yeah!
Recently,
You
I've
can
been
stir
having
protein powder in a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Recently, I've been having a bagel with some cream cheese, and then I fry an egg and put it on top of the bagel.
Yeah,
Hell yeah!
That's good shit.
you gotta get a runny yolk. That's the best.
Usually, I fry them where they're not runny because, like, I'm eating them over a paper towel while I'm getting ready for work.
That's fair. I've been doing bougie, like upscaling a ramen.
Oh,
So I've been like poaching an egg.
Ooh, poaching.
I love that shit.
And with the ramen broth.
Okay.
It fucks. But we also have the decadence of living in the Midwest, and eggs are like less than $4 a carton. So
Let's see, I marked where the last question is, so I guess I should say now. It's a mailbag episode.
Whoa!
Where,
There's questions involved.
Yeah, we haven't done one since the beginning of the year. And whatever day it is that when we release this, it's been that long since we've done one.
yeah, because that's how time works.
Yeah.
The magic of editing.
So I found it, so we don't have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a mailbag channel in the server, and listeners like you submit questions, and then I go down the list and we answer those questions. Not just me. It's not just me answering questions. I do read them though.
Hunter reads them. And if you want to submit questions for a future mailbag, join the community Discord. The link will be in blankbodies.com. You can click that and join the community and send us questions, and we will answer them at some point.
Yeah, it's $3 to join. Cost none of them.
You know, in this economy, hell yeah.
That's a deal and a half right
That's a
there.
deal.
All right, so
We're practically, it's a steal of a deal.
Yeah, we're losing on this deal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
It's
what.
free real estate.
Dang. Holy cannoli.
Well, we want to jump into the first
Let's
question.
jump in it.
All right, so
2 feet.
Our first question comes from Salen, I believe it's pronounced. Sahlen.
Okay.
Salen. I hope I got that right. I'm the dumb one. So, but how do you make chronicles in smaller cities, 1 to 2 million mortals, interesting?
How is 1 to 2 million a small city?
It says 1 to 2 M, so I assume that's what they
million.
meant.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We live in a city that's like less than 1 million, and I'm like, it's pretty.
There's still a lot.
Yeah, Indianapolis is like less than 1 million people, and I'm like, this is so many people.
We're almost at 1 million.
Oh, we're getting there.
We're at 891 last year. But I mean, Indianapolis is big enough that we have a whole supplement book.
Yeah, I don't know if the perspective on this is because LA, New York, and London are such big settings in VTM that people are just used to these like mega cities.
Also, to be fair, the actual, if you're including the entire Indianapolis metro area, we're almost at 2 million.
Really?
Oh, because we're counting Carmel and Fishers probably.
1.9.
Lawrence,
in
Canby,
2025.
all that,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just drop it down even further. Let's go for my hometown, Anderson, right?
Okay.
Where we're at 55,851.
Small.
Okay, so at least for me, like this could absolutely be an interesting, like, your coterie is currently trying to found this city or secure it.
Yeah, where it's like, hey, you guys got your setup, you're Gucci, and then there's people from nearby bigger cities that are like, hey, we need you to pay tithes, or
Right.
hey, you guys have to go to the big city for like wheeling and dealing, or there's also just lots of small town shenanigans. You could have issues of beef with the neighbor who could be another vampire in the town, or it could be another supernatural, or you know, there's a small squad of hunters that are just the HOA. That's like my favorite go-to. The HOA is always evil.
Yes.
You could also get into some really good, like, high strangeness kind of horror where, like, you guys are in the city and it's safe, but, like, the second you step out of the city, you're having to deal with, like, the Garou or changelings or whatever the fuck weirdness that you're just like, the trees are not safe. The trees are not your friend.
Or even, like, I mean, in Anderson, like, you see some real weird folks downtown, really anywhere in Indianapolis at 3 a.m, right? Pretty much anywhere you go. But Anderson, Indiana, they have a different breed of strange person.
Yeah.
Up that early or late, you know? And that can very easily also be high strangeness, weird supernatural stuff. Or...
Yeah, there could be a cult.
Right.
Well, it specifically talks about this. We've been a little behind the scenes. We're in the midst of recording. I was gonna say K-Night month, but that's not correct. It's K-Tiff month.
K-Tiff month.
But they actually get that in the first K-Tiff book, The Outsiders book. But it talks about how they will like try and form their own little towns. And specifically, one thing it says that makes those towns interesting is they don't have the protections, usually, of the Camarilla and a large population of vampires, which means maybe the Zabbat comes through town and decides, oh, this place is nice, this is ours now. Yeah. Or...
You gonna fight them off? Yeah.
Or a herd of werewolves realizes there's a small number of vampires in a town right by their stomping grounds.
Well, you also have because it's a smaller town or even a smaller city, if you don't have the infrastructure like the Camarilla does, your guys are going to have to do more like actually networking with the mortals, and you're going to have to spend more time actually doing the masquerade.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot more eyes on you, too, on everything you do. So it's going to make the masquerade harder. Because people remember faces in a small town. I was replaying GTA 5, because a friend of mine wanted to do some of the online stuff, because you can do it private now. So you don't have to deal with other players. That's neither here nor there. But there's, I think it's kind of iconic, there's a quote in the beginning of the game where they're in the middle of a heist and he gets caught. And he's like, you forget 1,000 people every day. Make this one of them. But it's like that doesn't happen in small towns. If you see people, you remember.
Yeah, like at least in my kind of experience, when I moved to the US, I moved to Bloomington, Indiana, which is where Indiana University is. So like a thing you could do if you want to do a smaller city setting but still have like a higher turnover of people is put it in a college town.
Yeah,
because there's constantly people coming in and out. You do get the access to things that would exist in a higher populated city because of the university. So you could have, you know, people that are like oddly specific, like occultists, or, you know, people that are studying strange esoteric languages. You can get really like Arkham Horror, you know, Cthulhu-versy stuff with University Horror if you wanted. And if you didn't, you could also have, you know, the party drug culture, whatever the fuck. You can run a vampire game that's basically just the plot of Heathers if you wanted. I feel like in a college town pretty successfully. I think it would more depend on what themes do you really want to get into and why you're using that setting, because there's a lot of stuff you can get away with and do in a smaller town that you couldn't in a bigger city.
It kind of goes both directions there.
Yeah, and like I think there's a lot more material and stuff for horror in a suburban or a smaller town setting than there would be in big cities. I'm tired and my brain's going like, there's the plethora of insert all of these horror movies that happen in small town USA that you can like pull lots of media from.
I just looked up a little tab, and while I was doing that, I zoned out from what you guys were saying. But just looked up something. Anderson, Indiana used to do this thing called camp meeting, right? And it was a very religious event where people would come to Anderson for like a week or 2 weeks at a time, and it would just be hyper religion. And there would be people with trailers, campers, tents, like 5,000 to 10,000 people would show up in town for like 2 weeks for this religious gathering, and then poof, be gone.
Yeah.
So very transient there because we have Anderson University, right? So specifically Midwest, I think you can get into that weird like religious horror too, if that's something your table's comfy with.
Yeah.
But
it's also like the crossroads of America, as we call it. But like, there's a lot of highways people going in and out, maybe only staying for a night or two.
Yeah, I think if you really want to get into the horrors of a smaller town setting or a smaller city setting, honestly, I really recommend looking into the work of David Lynch.
Yeah. I was like Twin Peaks, especially. Some of his
Blue
movies
Velvet.
take place in bigger cities, but
yeah, those ones do a really good job of getting into like the personal horror of being in that kind of a smaller place setting and just like how fucked that can go.
Honestly, a lot of Stephen King too.
Yeah,
a lot of his more iconic stories take place in very small cities.
Yeah. So it's like, oh yeah, there's tons that you can pull for reference, but usually my thoughts would be, in terms of vampire, is you're having to deal with the resource management of how many mortals you have to feed off of compared to the vampires. Because you could have the problem of, the problem of the game is there's now too many vampires in this small city, and now people are really territorial about like who owns what kind of turf. And that can get like really heavy into the politics and get really vicious quickly. If that's a game you want to run.
You could also worry about like population, as in people are starting to notice there are people showing up like missing blood all the fucking time because there's 200 vampires where there should only be 50.
Yeah, and there's also, you could, depending on the themes and how comfy your table is with things, you could run into vampires that are like hiding in small cities in all sorts of part of the U.S., and their way of maintaining the masquerade is just like hiding their feeding and their murders through like the opioid crisis and all of those kinds of things. Because there's lots of pockets in various parts of the Western world where there's like smaller cities that no one gives a fuck about, and you can do a lot of that. That's just so much free real estate to fuck around with. So I think that would more just be if you're wanting to set a horror game in a smaller city setting, that would be more of a calibration talk with your table of like, how personal do you want the horror versus like how intense do you guys want the politics to be? Would be my two kind of questions for the table on that. Because this could get very vicious and very cutthroat very quickly, or it can just be like, you guys alone in the middle of, basically you are on the one island of population in the middle of this sea of grass or trees, and it's just you guys and that's it.
It could even become something like, depending on what you want to put out in that woods, it could be like you and the mortals against something.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to bring in, like, the dreaming or wraiths or werewolves or...
Oh, that's been some of my fun things. The couple of vampire games I've run where I've delved into the circulatory system, because those are vampires that are on the outskirts of society.
Yeah.
Because they're doing, like, the gross work the other vampires don't want to do. But they want to be like, oh, look, I'm moral and being safe by only drinking blood bags, blah, 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 blah. Well,
Like,
these
where'd
are the
that
guys...
come from?
Yeah, that's where these guys are. And, because I run that setting out of Louisville, Kentucky, that's a big setting for Changeling. So I make it very clear in the game, like, if you're in the city proper, things are normal and fine. The second you step out of that, it gets weird, and it gets weirder, and it gets weirder, and it's fun to, like, watch players deal with big, powerful NPCs, like, strapping up with, like, weapons and just weird baubles and bits on the, just praying to God they don't get swallowed by whatever the fuck's in the darkness.
Cool.
And everybody just goes, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's like, no, we leave this box of Lucky Charms and then we don't say shit. Don't worry about it. And everybody's like,
asking questions. Get in the fucking car.
If you hear something whispering your name, no, you didn't. Get in the car. So, yeah, I think, doing the calibration check with your table at session 0 of, like, how hard they want the horror to go, if it's going to be more personal, if it's going to be more high strangeness, is it going to be more, what's the fucking, could do the Erno reverse of, what's the movie, Fright Night, where the teenagers are like, our neighbor's a vampire. Do the Uno reverse of that, where it's like, you have your coterie of vampires and they're convinced their neighbor is a hunter. And they're just trying to be like, no, we gotta make sure.
We really gotta stay calm, guys.
Yeah.
Remember to flush the toilet at least 3 times a day, alright? He's gotta hear it!
How would you decide, storyteller, if that guy is actually a hunter or not? Or does he just become a hunter because the other vampires are so paranoid about this guy that they fuck something up and then he becomes the bad guy? He
notices what's going on?
Yeah. It's like, if you just left well enough alone, you would have been fine. But you didn't. And unfortunately, this guy is actually Stephen Lang. He's gonna murder everyone. Oh no.
Love it.
So, yeah, lots of free real estate there. Hurrah. Good question.
Yeah, so our next question comes from Tin Hat Adam. And they ask, what was your opinion on tactics in Hunter the Vigil? And do you think it'd be possible to use them in H5? I love tactics. The problem was, my biggest problem with tactics was players tended to forget that they had them.
I completely forgot that we had those things.
I know. I kept trying to strategize with them, and then no one yes-handed with me.
I don't remember it.
So, I think they're really cool. I think, though, they specifically work for playing a more tactical game, a more planned-out game. They're kind of hard to use on the fly, because a lot of them are very specific, and a lot of them involve, like, teamwork or cooperation. So they're cool, and I think you could totally use them with H5. H5 core book, I think, was very bare bones, so anything that can flesh that out would be great. I am in the midst of reading all of the new Hunter books for Hunter Month. This might come out after that, we don't know. But that's where I am right now. So yes. I know there's a lot more new rules since the core book, but I think you totally could use them. The prices might need to be adjusted a little bit, but they're fun. I think you also just need to run a game where those would be necessary or applicable.
Real quick, for those of listeners that don't know, explain tactics.
All right, so tactics were like kind of like special maneuvers you could pull. I'm going to pull up some examples if I can here, but excuse me. But
so you could do like the old trip and fall where one person like gets on their hands and knees behind somebody's leg and somebody else pushes them in the chest and they fall over. That's like
but you get bonuses for those to pull those off. It's not just I thought it up and so I because technically any two dorks can be like, all right, I'm gonna stand behind them and you push them,
right?
But you get actual bonuses for taking the tactics and using them. They're not just like a list.
They're like
of
a
extra
practiced
things.
thing that your hunter group has done.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Nice.
Look, I love a good shenanigan. I love that shit. And I love things that encourages the players to actually fucking work together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would even say, depending on your game and your troop, I would even let the werewolves or vampires basically have a tactic.
Have something similar at the very least.
Something similar.
Yeah.
But that would also depend on the group, because there's a lot of groups where they're just like, we're just gonna be a bunch of hot goth people doing weird shit. And I'm like, cool, fantastic.
Do your thing.
Occasionally you get a group where they're just like really into Spec Ops.
I mean, we were practically a hit squad there for a little bit.
Yeah. It was bad.
In our game.
We were a problem.
It was like, okay, there's going to be a combat with 4 mortals. We're like 4 vampires. There shouldn't be an issue. And we're like, bet, I'm hiding behind the car so he doesn't even know I'm here before I axe him. And while I'm doing that, he's over there sneaking up behind the other guy to snap his neck. And the other guy over here is making a distraction while the last is making a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah's just like, these are just dudes. Okay.
I wanted these guys just to be a little ominous and talk to you guys and then leave. And they went, you need to call an ambulance, but not for me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess they're dead.
We sent a message.
You
We
did.
did.
You did. You set the rest of the game on hard mode. I was just like, all right, cool.
It was great.
We never
Great.
really had any repercussions for our actions. It was
Well,
fine.
that's because I was gonna wait until like Chicago, and then unfortunately life stuff happened, and we didn't like keep playing the game.
Yeah.
But also something to note. Apparently, Hunter the Vigil 2nd edition changed how tactics worked. So we specifically played the 1st edition of Hunter the Vigil. So our recognition and knowledge of them comes from that edition.
Mm-hmm.
I really hated at the time the lore of what was it? The God.
Oh, the God Machine.
The God Machine, and how they like rewrote everything to work with that.
Yeah.
So I stopped buying Chronicles books at that point. I was like, I don't like this. And so I was just not interested anymore.
You mean you tell me you didn't like that Angels and Demons were just robots as part of a mega computer?
No, it's a cool idea. It should have been a standalone book. They shouldn't have rewritten the entire game line to go with that one idea.
Yeah. I do like
They
that.
moved
I like
away
that
from
idea.
They moved away from it again later, but by that point we just moved on to other things.
Yeah, the ADHD be strong.
It is a cool idea, though, in concept.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, until you're in a game where you're, like, playing all vampires and then there's weird fucking DMST that is insisting on sticking this thing in, and then I have to befriend it and just...
I want to be a robot angel. Wait, isn't that just, like, an Ava?
Kinda.
Like Evangelion, right?
Kinda.
Just a robot angel?
Yeah.
Robot demon person thing?
Yeah, I just gave myself a headache because I just remembered a game with just a really fucked ass ST that I'm like, oh, problems.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the next question, Hunter?
The next question.
Thank you, person. I forgot the name. What was it?
That was Tin Hat Adam.
Tin Hat Adam. Thank
Uh,
you for submitting that question.
Discord keeps jumping here.
Stop it, Discord.
It looks like I don't think it's a question, but for some reason Eric posted a picture of Animal from the Muppets. Oh no, that wasn't Eric. Eric asked the next question. I think we've answered this already.
Mm-hmm.
But oh no, here we go. Gifts are throwing me off. Next question is from Rock Vocal Gangrel,
Mm-hmm.
who asks, what is your favorite splat outside of VTM and why?
I think we know yours. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I love Beast the Primordial.
Fucking knew it! Yes!
No.
That was not the one I was expecting you to make the joke about. I forget that one exists.
I never even finished that one.
Fuck. All right.
It's just like we have What If Changeling, but different.
What if changeling, but different?
But no.
Favorite splat outside of vampire?
It's tough. I think I'm honestly kind of split.
Mm-hmm.
And it really depends on... I have a different favorite if I'm running the game, if I'm playing the game, or if I'm reading the book. Honestly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fair.
Like, I love reading the books for, like, Wraith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have it in me to actually run a Wraith game. At least based
fair.
on OG World of Darkness. version.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It's complicated and rough, but it's great. It's a great read. And I really, really like playing mage. I'm not confident in my ability to run mage yet. I've played a couple games, but then I just like hunter. It's fun.
I really like hunter. I haven't played a lot of the other splats. I've interacted with them. I like the idea of changeling. Everyone tells me that I would really love mage. And that's my answer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I feel like, John, you'd really, really like changeling, like, if you got the right group.
Yeah. I think that's true of all of them, too. They all have their own... Vampire you can kind of do anything with. A lot of the other splats kind of have a vibe.
Like a very specific type of story you tell with them?
Typically, yeah. I mean, you can make different characters within that.
Sure.
But like, I feel like the horrors are a little more specific in things like Changeling.
Yeah, it's...
And like Geist/Wraith.
And I feel bad saying this. I probably really won't play Changeling, and that's more due to like my generational trauma. Where I'm just like, nope.
Oh yeah, you're from where the stories are from.
Yep. Yeah, and that's also the other end of that too, because it just makes me a dickhead. Because I have to deal with folks here in the States that are just like, oh, Changeling, woohoo, fun whimsy shit. And I'm like, no, this is existential nightmare fuel, and it's gonna fuck your wife. Why are you acting like this is whimsy and fun? I love fairies.
Joke's on you, Faye. I don't have a wife.
Can't fuck her. She don't exist.
Boom.
But yeah, no, I love playing Hunter. I love playing Vampire. I feel I would enjoy Demon more, but my first exposures to Demon were very not great.
Demon, I feel like you have to have a really good ST for. Because from my reading of Demon, it's a very interesting book. But, thank you, John.
Sorry.
I just got vaped upon.
But I blew it up, and the fan blew it straight down.
Yeah. I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, smells of limes. Interesting. No, but I like Demon, but I think Demon has the most specific story to tell. And it's also one I would probably put in the very fun to read. Not
Be
sure how running.
Playing.
Yeah, and
it's also the most just like, yeah, Christianity's real, probably.
Yeah, I did have fun. For those who aren't aware, so the one shot of Werewolf we did with Eric, the Werewolf Daddy, last year, that was my first time being a player in a werewolf game.
Yeah, it's my only time ever playing werewolf.
And it's like, I enjoyed that. I feel like I would enjoy that, but I also am like, I feel like for a lot of other werewolf tables, I would be insufferable.
I also
I'm gonna be friends, and they're like, I'm angry and gritty, and you're like, yeah, but you can be angry and gritty and friends.
Yeah, I just being like, it's fine. I don't have to be a dickhead here. I just get to be a guy. And then occasionally I rip a bear apart, and I feel really bad about it.
But I would also say that werewolf is probably the easiest to run outside of vampire. So I would encourage people that if you want to try something different, werewolf is probably the easiest, and then hunter. Only reason I'm putting werewolf above hunter, even though it's more complicated, is the core book for this edition of hunter is just so loosely structured and bare bones. Like, I feel like it's a struggle for people to figure out where the base information is.
Yeah, me playing mage more recently. I've been playing Mage the Ascension. Teehee. Now having had some of that under my belt, I feel like I could run mage very well. I just need to get the mage math more solid in my brain.
The problem is I've also played...
Hurry up and do that so you can run a game for me so I can figure out if I actually like mage. I refuse to say that I like or accept mage until I've played a game and enjoy it, because a lot of the mage players that we've talked about are fucking insufferable. I love you, mage players that aren't insufferable.
What if I threw you at Briggs?
Briggs, run a game for me. Bet you won't.
The biggest problem with Mage, I think, is that all the additions, and I'm including V20, 1, 2, V20, and Chronicles, are the math is different enough that if you've read them all, it kind of becomes a soup in your brain. And then also there's books trying to make them all compatible and interconnected, which is also a nightmare fluid.
Yeah.
Like there's a book that converts all of Mage the Awakening into Mage the Ascension.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I've enjoyed the Mage the Ascension math the best so far. I did try to play in a Mage the Awakening game, but I got so mad during character creation, I actually just left that game.
Wow.
I
just
fucking,
that much of a pain in the ass.
I also fucking hate character creation so goddamn much.
I think it's fun. I think it's exciting to
birth a new creature into this thoughtscape.
I'd say I like planning characters and doing stuff.
Putting the character sheet together.
Yeah, that drives me fucking insane. And I am somebody, and I own as a player, I usually don't fully know who or what the character is until I've had a couple of sessions, and then I'm like, okay, now I figured this person out, and people are like, I've got a whole thing planned out, I got a 20-page backstory, yada, yada, yada. And it makes me feel like a dick, because I'm like, it looks like I'm not putting the effort in. It's like, no, I am, but like...
I have to let them develop.
Yeah, just because I put the dots on the sheet doesn't mean that, like, once, you know... It's like when you go to war, you have a plan, and then the battle happens, and you go, never mind. It's like that, but way...
Good thing I brought this gun.
Yeah, but, like, way less stressful, because it's a tabletop game.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've rambled on.
But, I mean, I agree on that. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think, favorite splat outside of Vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Probably Hunter, and currently right now followed up by Mage.
Hell yeah.
So next question I know we answered already.
Yes.
Eric wanted to hear the story of Tooth Child, but I believe we've told that already recently.
Eric, you know the story of Tooth Child.
God damn. Eric was there for Tooth Child. He just wants me to share. All right, long and short of it.
I think we've told this on a recent episode.
Have we? I don't know. I'm just gonna long and short it real quick, just because,
Fine.
A listener did request. Long and short of it, PAX Unplugged last year, I was running Morkborg. I thought the event was only 18 plus. Turns out, no, there was a child. It was sent to my table. So I had to recalibrate my adventure that I'd written for the con. And the child had picked up the character sheet for the character from Morkborg that was obsessed with collecting teeth. And by God, did this psychotic 12-year-old do nothing except collect teeth to the detriment of themselves and the party.
Hell yes.
There you go.
Did eventually make friends with the guy in the party whose only friends were his teeth.
Oh no.
And he had special bite attacks.
Oh no.
So the whole game he was just like covering his face and just being like, yep, nothing to see here. I just dress like this. But everybody at the table was really delightful and supportive of the child and their just psychotic need to collect teeth.
Great.
But the craziest part with the Tooth Child for me was their dad was wearing a satin baseball jacket. So I kept having MTV Get Off the Air by the Dead Kennedys playing in my head every time the man came over to check in on his kid. And I'm like, that's not appropriate. Ended up being funny because the end boss for that little one shot was a vampire lord who was too hot. He was the only beautiful thing they had ever seen. And they understood every time they struck him that he would gain a new scar and would only become hotter, so they had to kill him.
Cool.
Nice. Nice.
This is what happens when you guys let me run things in splats outside of fucking World of Darkness.
You still put a vampire in it?
Well, I just thought it would be funny because, branding.
Right, right.
It's Morkborg, whatever. The mission started with a very sketchy wizard that's like, I need you guys to get this book back from my neighbor.
From my neighbor?
And they're like, why should we help you? And it's like, well, I've kidnapped one of your family members. They're each in the dungeon. It's like, you guys just hear screaming in the distance.
That's not uncommon for Morkborg, though.
Nah, for Morkborg, nah.
If you don't hear screaming in the distance...
Which the funny thing was, the threatening the family members, because everybody understood this is Morkborg.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gave a fuck. They're just like, I mean, that happened, so like, fine, I'll pay you. And they went, ooh.
All right, well.
Yeah, it's like, what do you need to do? Just go next door to my neighbor and get my book back.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then they went, deal, and he went, cool, and then he just, like, fell backwards out of the second story window, and everybody's like...
What?
Into, like, nothing. And everyone's like, where'd he go? And I'm like, wizard. Anyways, what do you guys do?
Wizard.
Continuing on, I suppose.
Next question.
Next question.
So our next question is from Paige Abendroth. And she asks, when writing for a VTM or any World of Darkness chronicle, what are some of your inspirations when coming up with interesting NPCs?
My first round is my friends.
Yeah.
So many of you fuckers have ended up as NPCs or portions of NPCs.
Yay!
Didn't help that because we, lived in Punk House. There was just lots of
very interesting people,
lots of weird people in and
Yeah.
out that I'm just like this NP's amalgam of this guy. I have used some of my shitty exes as inspo for NPCs. It's therapeutic for me.
Mhm.
Just being like, I'm gonna make this bastard, and then watch my players just go, that guy's a fuck, we're killing him, and I'm like, yes, good.
Yes. You should probably kill him.
Yeah, you can be petty at your own table.
Yeah,
It's fine. No
it's
one
fine,
has to
it's
know. Other inspos I've used. Movies, yeah. That's always a good, movies have a lot of really good, storytelling shorthand stuff that makes it really easy to take things and then chuck into your game and your players go, aha, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, correct. I also watch an obscene amount of news and current events. So sometimes my NPCs are just based off of just fucked shit I have found in the news. Because dear God, there's thousands of hours of just weird fuckers being interviewed or questioned about shit or having weird takes on things. I do have a vampire NPC that no one's unlocked yet in any of the VTM games I've run, but he's essentially just Ted Cruz.
I'm glad no one's unlocked him.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
You know what? Fuck that guy. Let's kill him.
Yeah, go for it. You guys go anywhere else for inspo?
Depends on the type of game I'm running.
Yeah.
So I tend to run games in one of two ways. I either borderline write out a Call of Cthulhu style one shot where there's a fucked up thing that's happening and the players stumble into it. And that is usually a movie or a book or a TV show or something like that. I have an idea and I kind of build a town around it or whatever. And then they go in and deal with it. But for a longer chronicle, I tend to just make tentpole characters that I think would be interesting. Oh, the prince would be this. And then I take the characters and put their sires and all that in the city. And then I kind of just pull stuff out of my ass as we go, as it need to, from there. My chronicles tend to be a little bit more loose, unless we're playing something like traditional D&D where, oh boy, dungeon crawl. Which, I mean, I like games like that, but very different to run. So for World of Darkness, I kind of just pull things out of my butt.
Yeah.
I had a character who was playing a thiefy style, and they were gonna break into this place. I didn't have anything planned. I was like, what if someone he used to work with runs into him?
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, there's just another guy. It's like, wait, I can help you with this, but don't you owe me money?
That's
nice.
Funny.
Well, maybe if you grab something out of there for me, we can call it even, and I can get you in, but you're gonna have to do some extra work in there for me. And then the whole party is like, God damn it, what did you get us into?
What the fuck? Who's this guy? And it's just Gerald, I don't know.
I do like making NPCs specifically to mess with individual players. Not in a serious way, but just in an annoyance way where it's I guess we have a side quest now.
That is always fun. I also big inspo for NPCs is the setting. Because I like researching things about the history of a city. And if you're playing a game in modern times, up until really having the In Memoriam book, I had no reason to dig into the history of the city. So I would try to make particularly vampire NPCs that were very locked into an era that was important for the city as a stand-in for that. Or just things that I find culturally significant moments that I'm what if I made a character that's just locked in this moment? Which is why one of my favorite NPCs I have is this Malkavian in the Louisville setting who runs a racetrack. but he is a very, like, Teddy Roosevelt outdoorsman kind of guy, and he's just really into sportsmanship. And he's just got this big fucking rifle that he sits in, like, the top box, and if anybody's being unsportsmanlike, he will just fucking kill them. Just dead. Shoots them. Then then goes back to, all right, carry on.
Good.
It's got a very transatlantic accent. And,
love it.
and he's just yoked as shit. Because, outdoorsman. So he's just beefy. No one expects him to be a Malkavian.
I love this.
But yeah, occasionally, because the racetrack's near the woods, occasionally he'll stand up and just shoot something in the woods and sit back down and explain nothing. And everyone's like, what? And he's like, I gotta keep everybody safe.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like, what? And there's just like, do we need to go collect it? And he's like, oh no, the body's dissolving. It's fine.
Okay.
What does that mean? He's like, no, the moon children will grab it. What? What do you mean? Look, just putting a character that is hot but is asexual as shit is also just very fun for me.
Yeah.
Where he's like, what does he care about? Sports. That's it.
Go.
Yeah. What's his hyperfixation? All sports. That's why he has the racetrack.
I feel like a lot of the time when I make NPCs, it's also just kind of off the seat of my pants.
Mm-hmm.
Though a lot of the time I end up just thinking of like 2 or 3 words that just kind of sum up the thought on them and then go from there. Sometimes it just is accidentally manifested from a bit. Like, for example, in the Shadowrun game that we were playing, they recently had recently, it's fucking forever ago, but the last job they got was it was a contact of one of the other people in the group hit him up and said, hey, I have a job for you, meet the Johnson here. And the guy who, John the Third was playing. What was his name?
I can't remember his character's name. It's been so long.
Yeah. But anyway, he responded with like, okay, how is this Johnson? Like, wink, wink, wink. And the guy just sent back a picture of a really, really, really juicy steak. Right? And that was supposed to be from like this like really just gross dude that was supposed to be like, she's thick, They go to the place, it's like a strip joint that they go to. And then I think the whole time I've had this planned as someone in the crowd has a table, is sitting there. During one of the performers, they get up, come to the right. And then the guy goes, I start describing the person who's performing, and I say, okay, she's she's like this lady, she's kind of thick, she's wearing like this bikini that's like cow print, she's got a cowboy hat on and chaps, and I had somebody roll, they noticed that a cyberpunk version of Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy was started to play.
Like electronica version?
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
And they were like, oh, that's our Johnson. And I was like, oh, fuck, yep.
Yeah, she is.
She's a juicy steak, I guess. Yeah, okay,
yep,
great.
Correct.
Perfect. So then I had to, like, flesh out this character.
Yeah.
Well,
like, kind of yes-anding that, like, in the letting the setting dictate the NPCs is a big thing that I love doing, which is either making characters that look like, or making NPCs that, like, live in this space and help to, like, sell the space for the buy-in for your players, or make a character that's, like, contrasting the space, so they can go, that's weird. Because, like, in a scene where it's like, oh, hey, you're picking up a job at a CD strip club, that works in World of Darkness for all of the splats.
Absolutely.
Let's be honest, all of them. And, the typical thing would be like, you're gonna meet some skeezy guy that's got like a comb over and like a shirt that's not buttoned right. That looks like he's like 3 days on a coke bender, and like that would be the NPC that's like lived in and makes sense in the scene. But I love that it's like, no, it's the dancer, and I'm like, yes, that would be the contrast NPC.
Yeah.
But
so that's my favorite way, is just kind of, oftentimes I'll plan out a couple big ones, and then beyond that, like, I let setting kind of dictate a lot of the time. Yeah,
also just letting your players because players love when things that they have suggested become manifest into the world, so that also saves me a lot of work as a storyteller, because people are just like, I just want to go find X, Y, and Z, and I was like, you find that. You find that mom. She is so fucked up on her Xannies right now. She has no idea what's going on. And John the Third's Vada Hakeem is going to flirt with her, and he gets so many bonuses because she is high off of her tits. And you guys are going to get all that information, sure. You didn't have to stop to buy the X body spray on the way in, but yeah, man, sure.
It really helped.
I'm going to give you a +1, I guess. For the suburban house mom, I was just like, yeah, this hot as fuck guy from the Middle East. She's like, oh, he's swarthy. Like, I was giving him so many bonuses for this entire scene, but he was engaged and had a good time. And I was like, and you guys got the information. And it was a nice change of pace from you guys just whacking the guys that were supposed to give you the info.
Twice. I think we did that twice.
You did that twice.
They were being super sketchy that first time. I'm just saying.
I know.
And then we were on edge after that. Right?
It's fun. It's weird that it happened twice. And I'm just like, they won't kill somebody's, like, doped up mom, right? And the answer was no, but John the Third might fuck her.
So I think it's time for another question.
Yeah.
All right, we got one from Nomad Prince, and they ask, what is your biggest gimmick chronicle you always wanted to try?
I have been wanting to do an Oops All game.
Yeah.
So fucking long.
Yeah.
We can talk about that for a long time.
I love the idea of an Oops All, everybody's the same clan, just different flavors of the same clan, and just see what the fuck happens.
I've liked that idea a long time, too.
Yeah, because it started with me back even with D&D, where I've wanted to do an Oops All Clerics game, but it's like it's a religious camp, like summer camp. So it's like a bunch of teenage clerics that all from different pantheons that go to this summer camp together. And they solve like a Scooby-Doo mystery.
Perfect.
I was like, that'll be fun. And then I was like, well, what if there was like a Oops All Toreador, and then like Oops All whatever, and now I'm just like Oops All Thin Bloods. I feel like Oops All Thin Bloods would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it's like 5 motherfuckers all cooking different flavors of meth.
It'd be definitely the sketchiest.
Yeah.
Probably.
I feel like Oops All Hakata would be the one that makes the most sense, but there's so much going on in there that you could do several Oops All Hakatas.
Yeah.
And they all be very unique and different. Like a cousin fucking snowflake.
Oh.
I'm sorry, just watching John's face on that was priceless.
Ew.
It's like when you bite into a sour candy and you're like, oh, this is a little sweet. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I like sour candy.
Citric acid.
I love me some sour candies.
But that is still generally your reaction. You're like a little sweetness and then, oh.
I think Oops All is my favorite gimmick right now. Yeah, I think it's real good.
I think Oops All is good. I've had some other gimmicks that I'm like, this will be silly. Why not? One that has come up several times because of the fucking Milkisode, which is a game where it's like people trying to get Louis Pasteur's last notes.
Yeah.
I have another gimmick game I've wanted to do. I was told I'm not allowed to do it at conventions.
You can do it in my house.
I could do it. You guys could take this idea. So I had an idea of running a convention one-shot where it's a werewolf one-shot where they break into a jail to break out our boy Luigi.
Hell yeah.
And everyone's like, that sounds fantastic, Sarah. You cannot run this at a con. That's too political. You can't do that. And I'm like, okay, I'll be respectful. I won't do it here. I'm just saying, the plot of the little pack of werewolves breaking into a private prison to free our boy Waluigi Mangione would be kind of fantastic.
Like, I mean, we could totally just change the name, right?
Yeah.
To Baluigi Dangione.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. It's just... The thing is, when I came up with that idea, it was when I was at PAX last year, when he was on the loose.
Perfect.
And then I drove through Pennsylvania. By the time I got back to Indiana, he was arrested.
Sad.
And I'm like, damn it, why'd you go to Altoona?
You manifested this by imagining him in prison. Anyway, we're not playing Mage right now. We're talking about Gimmick Chronicles.
Gimmick Chronicles. Oh my god.
I think I have the bravery to do this now, but I need the right players. But I do think it would be fun to do just play whatever you want, like Splat-wise, World of Darkness game. We'd have to go back to V20. I would
20th
limit
anniversary.
Yeah. I've seen it. But yeah, 20th anniversary edition of the old rules, just so that there's some baseline of like balance. But I think that could be fun. Just be like, oh, it looks like we have a changeling, 2 vampires, and a wraith. All right.
Oh, I just thought of another fun like gimmick game. It would be like an offshoot for like the Arcanum, but it's kind of yes-anding your thing. But it's like all magic users.
But just different types of magic.
Yeah, so it's like a mage, a changeling, like a Bana Hakim sorcerer, and like a Setite sorcerer.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And they're all just doing BPRD shenanigans where they're just like, the magic is too fucked up, cock shotgun.
Honestly, like, the idea of, like, the magical task squad has been above the oops all for a while, because BPRD idea would be fucking so cool.
You can even get a werewolf in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or, like, play World of Darkness almost like Delta Green style thing. That'd be neat.
That's kind of just how I run hunting.
The werewolf involved is like a Gallard, so they just have all of like the folk tales and everything. And
This is good shit.
Oh yeah.
It's not World of Darkness, but I have always wanted to run a. I'd have to find people who are really invested in it, because it'd have to be D&D 2nd edition. But technically, all of, or at least most of the Ravenloft adventures, you can kind of line up into one like mega campaign.
Oh,
and that would be a lot of fun. There's actually like a couple bigger adventures in there that tie them all together. So that would be fun.
I'm down.
That would be a long
Hunter, you've
campaign.
given me an idea.
Yeah.
And we could do it with 5th edition WAD. But it's basically that, except it's like a kid in King Arthur's court. Except you have modern characters that, due to magic shenanigans, are stuck in the Dark Ages now.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I feel like that could be a fun, wacky campaign.
Where you get dropped into Old World, basically.
Yeah. Basically, it's
or
like
Dark Ages.
Yeah, basically, you get dropped into Dark Ages.
That would be fun.
Yeah, but it's got a bunch of like cool people that are like I have all these modern skills, and they're just like, shit, like go full Army of Darkness with a
vampire isekai.
Yeah, vampire isekai.
A mage.
Literally, I'll hit them with a truck. I don't give a shit.
A mage did it.
A mage did it.
Also, there's those time vampires that we don't talk about.
We don't talk about. No. It's a mage. They were trying to cast a rote while they were driving, and the backlash happened to catch your coterie, and you got yeeted into another time. A la Samurai Jack nonsense.
Yes.
There you go.
And
I'm in.
I think one last note too is if you really just want to get weird with World of Darkness, but you're not sure what to do, there are a lot of Chronicles of Darkness books that like they're one-off books that like completely change the setting into something else. They kind of overwrite. Like there's the God Machine Chronicles. There's also like the Contagion book where the world's taken over by zombies, and so like vampires are struggling to survive because they can't feed off fucking zombies, and like there's a couple books like
Damn,
that
Iron
they put
Gullet
out.
turns to like a 5-dot merit there.
ooh,
Yeah.
But
they had some interesting books, so those could be worth looking into.
Oh god. Sorry, usually my idea of doing wacky campaigns is I run a serious game, but the plot is of a movie and I don't tell anyone and I just wait until they find out. Because I've been quietly being like, when am I going to introduce the Legally Blonde story arc and tell no one? John looks so annoyed with me.
Alright, I think we're ready for another question.
Yeah, what we got?
Let's do it.
Let's see. There's more talk about fucking Muppets. Go to our last mailbag question if you want to know where that started.
God, y'all are horny for these Muppets.
It just kept coming up. Let's see. There's some talk about marsupials as a response to milk episodes. More Muppet posts.
I hate this so much.
Yo, this is supposed to be questions.
Questions
Stop.
to us.
People started posting John.
This is the milk screech.
Yeah, it's the milk screech.
The milk screech is pretty good.
Thank you, Squared, for posting the milk screech.
We should really isolate the screech of that and then just make that a sound for the Blank Body soundboard.
Someone actually, you specifically, back in February, like, do we need to make a soundboard? So I guess the answer is yes.
Okay, cool. Forward that to me. I'll figure it out.
We are almost at 69,000 downloads back in February.
Yo.
I'm glad.
Nice.
I'm sure we're past that now, but
thank you.
Yeah, thanks guys.
We hit.
Keep it up.
We were at the funny number. Alex R just says, pork tenderloin sandwiches, and I agree.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point. Alex
is my co-host for the Nightmare Nerds when that drops. So Alex had a comment about fucking pork tenderloins for no. What the fuck, buddy? I mean, they're good. It's a good sandwich.
Yeah, it's a great sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who this question is forwarded from another chat.
Okay.
Let me see if I can
backtrack.
Yeah, it's loading things. Okay, this is from Business Arsonist.
Oh God. Okay.
But it was just posted in another channel and it got moved here. So,
okay.
A mailbag question for you all, for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
What legacy bloodline would you like to see get official support in V5? Whether it's a lore sheet expansion of a mainline clan a la Hakata, or a fully independent clan akin to the Gargoyle?
Samitsi, more of it.
Is there a bloodline in the Samitsi you want?
I just want more of it.
I did get you. I did specifically buy the Zamitsi book that was published on Storyteller's Vault that was written by the guy that did the Second Inquisition book. So I got that specifically for you, John.
Hell yeah.
Let's see here. I do enjoy that the Daughters of Cacophony were a lore sheet.
Would be cooler if there was a bit more on them.
Would be cool if there was a little bit more for that, because I find them to be really interesting. I would also like there to be more expansions for vampires outside of I would like there to be more expansion for vampires outside of like the Kane set, or we are just acknowledging, I don't know, like stuff with the Libon would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see if they just did a whole book and were like, these are just vampires. This is not a different splat for Kindred of the East. They're just like, these are just vampires.
I know there's a book that was written for Storyteller's Vault for the Equation that I have meant to review, and I just haven't yet because I've just not had time on the schedule. I know we try to keep the show mostly to the raw published like official stuff, but considering that there's now Storyteller's Vault like support stuff written by authors from the actual books.
Yes.
Now I'm like, do we start including these now? Do we do this as a special episode? I don't know. But that's, I would have said the Bali, but that's now a thing because of Tattered Facade, so I don't have to worry about that.
There's a lot on them now.
Yeah, like, I need to read through more of that.
I do agree with Business. Gargoyle would be cool.
Gargoyles would be really cool. I guess technically there is a lore reason for them to start being made again. Because the pyramid got fucked, so like the House Tremere are gonna be like,
I gotta protect my shit.
Well, they've doubled down on really going back to like their core system. Mm-hmm. So I don't see why there wouldn't be Tremere in House Tremere that are very like, fuck it, we just need the bodies at this point.
Well, didn't later on they develop the ability to embrace?
Some of the gargoyles, yes.
So they wouldn't even need the Tremere necessarily. They could be, some of them would be doing their own thing.
Yeah, there's just like the numbers of gargoyles are very limited.
That's fair.
So I was thinking there might be more, not maybe not an explosion, but there would be definitely an uptick of them.
Yeah, if they make them playable, you'd obviously want to give players the option to choose where you embraced, where you created. Do you know?
Do you care?
Yeah.
No.
So they're cool. I would also, I would love to see the Blood Brothers get brought back, just because they're fucking weird and scary. They also already kind of have the least lore anyway, so it's kind of easy to just chuck them in there.
Well, what's like kind of fucky is like there's mentions of Blood Brothers or Blood Brother-esque vampires mixed in with the Sabbat notes,
But they're not. There's no actual.
there's no official thing. So the seeds have been planted. It's kind of like how mages, the seeds were planted for those in the Chicago by Nights books.
Yeah.
So it's been started. So
Yeah.
it might, which is spooky.
And also just always more Nick Tuku and more what was the other one I had? The Nick Tuku and are just cool. The really scary
There's
Nosferatu.
Yeah, there's technically a lore sheet for the Nick Tuku through the Winter's Teeth comics.
Oh, I always forget that there's stuff
Yeah.
in the comics.
Yeah, like most of that stuff is like for the Minneapolis St. Paul setting, but then there's like the Nick Tuku lore sheet in there as well. That's
cool.
But because we have like the children of Tenochtitlan in the Hecata, I just like hi guys, it's a world of darkness, maybe writing more things to encompass more of the world would be sick. And I feel like constantly just ignoring Africa for shrug reasons and also like South America proper for shrug reasons is kind of weird as a choice. Maybe get some guys to work on that. I don't know.
And also another one that I just want more of. I think there's a little bit on them already, but like I want more Somdi stuff just because they're cool.
Yeah, they're in like the Hecata month.
Yeah, they're coming up.
Okay, it's coming up. I'm working on it.
They're the only reason I'd ever list them as one of my favorite clans is because technically they're just like a bloodline, but they're probably my favorite
but they're cool
of
as
the
fuck.
independent bloodlines.
Yes.
Like fucking cool.
Kiasid could be cool, but we're gonna need so much more shit with Changeling before that would make any lick of fucking sense.
Yeah, that's true. The Chaosid are cool, and yeah, we need more Changeling stuff anyway. So,
if I have to be specific, it's obviously Caldinism. But yes, to all of those as well. The Blood Brothers especially.
Because they're called
Would you?
Created.
I mean,
I was gonna say, John, would you like
maybe.
there to be more of a like proper lore sheet for like the old clan Zamitsu?
yeah,
kind of
like
thing?
Old Clan in general. I think that like they started up on Caldinism, so like it'd be kind of cool if that could be something you could get a little bit more defined in there. Would be neat. But specifically Old Clan, I think would be neat. It's talked about how like some of the Old Clan dudes are starting to kind of like.
Yeah.
Finally poke their heads out. And so giving some of that would be neat.
Yeah. Don't the Libon kind of have some ties to Zamitsu too?
Well, the Libon, each clan of the Libon like have their analogous to one of the Cain clans. It's weird because in reading it, each of these clans is talked about as its own autonomous thing, but then they also say, well, it could also be from. They leave it very vague.
Whether they're a bloodline, their own thing, or the original clan is a bloodline of them,
or if it's just like, or if it's this clan is just the Toreador, but like this is what they call them in Africa because they have a different language.
That's cool.
So it's like it's left vague and annoying in that kind of way. And I'm like, hey, could we just like. Maybe. Make a fucking decision.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it, because for as big of a storytelling game as this is, sometimes I get annoyed when they give us too many answers. Yeah. It's like, it would be cool to, like, let people use that as they see fit.
Yeah. Well, it's more of when I say give us an answer, it's more of you don't have to give us the definitive, this is the answer, but if the meta text could give a more, hey, these people exist. and it is debated on what their origins are, and here's like the different schools of it. It's just a little messy for me.
It's just not, yeah, like almost nothing is, at least in V5 so far, almost nothing has even been acknowledged, right?
Oh, for African, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, again, to me is wild considering
We're everywhere else?
just how big Africa is and how many people are in it and how close it is to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Where all the Gehenna shit's happening. Like, anyways. But I'm also owning these are chunks of the world where, like, I don't have a lot of cultural knowledge, so I'm like, I don't have a good answer for the problem other than fix, please, and then shake something violently. Anyways, we can continue.
Yeah, our next question is from Florida Woman, and they ask, if you were wraiths, what furniture would you get turned into?
Oh, damn.
I think a nice armchair.
That's good.
That'd be cozy.
It's going to take me a second.
I hate my immediate answer because of that fuck-ass game that got really popular recently, Date Everything. Because I've had a lot of people tell me I should cosplay the bed.
Oh?
I don't know if you guys have seen anything with Date Anything.
Nope. I heard jokes about it when I saw it coming out and did not engage with it whatsoever.
Okay. Well, the kind of fun thing with it is, because it's a dating sim where you can date literally anything in this house that you just moved into, when you interact with the object, the dialogue is done with a anime character that their design is based off of the item that the character is. So some of the character designs are actually really cool and interesting. But yeah, I've had several people tell me I should cosplay the bed. And I'm like, okay. I don't know when I'm going to have time to make that costume, but okay, thank you. Because my brain immediately went to bed. I fucking love bed. Bed's one of my favorite places.
I'm trying to find pictures of the Date Everything characters.
I'm sorry, John. Character design that I thought was
Betty,
really... the bed. Yeah. Though one of the character designs I thought was really, really cool, is, the mirror. His name is Amir. Which, is extra kind of fun because, and throwback to the episode with the residents is, the father of, like, optics and glass optics is, I'm forgetting his name. But he was like the guy I talked about in the Resonance episode. He's like the father of like early modern medicine. But the guy was like actually doing science instead of Galen, who was just being a fuck. I forever have beef with Galen, and I will never get off this hill. But yeah, so it was just that it was neat that I was like, so they did that little historical nod there with the mirror being a Middle Eastern guy. Like that's neat. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Good pun also.
Good pun.
I'm not going to play this game. I don't have that kind of time. But bed. The answer is bed.
I'm a shadow box. I don't know.
Cool.
Okay.
Because I like a lot of weird, creepy stuff.
You just want to be full of bones again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be full of bones and dead stuff.
Nice.
Ayo. You could also be a curio cabinet.
I was thinking that at first, and then I was like, I'm pretty not big, though. I guess I can carry a lot of shit, though.
Yeah, you got long arms.
Yeah. So I guess I could also be like a clawfoot tub. Because I got clawfoots.
There you go.
You just want to have talents.
Yes.
I think we kind of accidentally answered this next question
what's
already. But Brian, and a lot of unpronounceable symbols to me.
Mm-hmm.
They probably are a language, but I don't know it. But Brian asked, Crossplat is fun, but what about Cross Eras? What would be your advice for running a Blast from the Past starring Brendan Fraser style game? Victorian or Dark Age vamps in the modern day?
Well, my first rule now would be go get the In Memoriam book.
Yeah.
That has a bunch of good advice in it. Second, I would say do a cursory research on the era, just so it's a table game. You don't have to be as hardcore on the historical points unless that's something your table really likes for whatever reason.
But also if you're building a character who, like they said, yanked not having experienced the time passing from when they were a vamp, you're not going to have any context for anything around you. So you're going to need at least a medium level knowledge of that era. Actually, a good resource for that, Call of Cthulhu has some really good period books. Like, they have books that are just set in specific eras that have, like, baseline information for running games in that era.
Yeah.
Like, they have books from, like, the 60s, Victorian era. I mean, there's Victorian and Dark Age Vampire, too. But those are, I think the Call of Cthulhu ones might almost be more useful because they, like, the day-to-day kind of... They have a lot more of the day-to-day, like, this is what the setting was like at the time.
Yeah.
I think GURPS does, too, maybe.
Yeah. I also just recommend going to, like, historical whatever YouTube would help a lot. Like, Townsend and Sons has a bunch of stuff for, like, 16 and 1700s. Carolina, I cannot say her last name because it is Polish. She does a lot of historical fashion stuff, like historical fashion YouTube. They also do a lot of... Well, it's the fashion, but now we need to also talk about the culture and the time period and how people behaved, and a lot of those channels will be, like, super helpful for getting that kind of info. I'm just going to say this, because I've had this problem. Because I like playing things in historical time periods. You really need to make sure you have that talk with your players about the realism. Because you're either going to get a pedantic nerd who's going to be a dickhead about the realism, or you're going to get somebody who goes, I'm playing a historical character, so I can say slurs, because for me it wasn't a slur. That's just how we talked back then. So you're going to want to have those two guys nipped in the bud really early. And that's why we have Session 0.
Yay.
I always forget about stuff, because I just play with this.
You play with normal people that are well-adjusted.
I just don't play with strangers, typically, so...
Yeah, I spent several years playing games by, like, play-by-post on forums. Bruh. The 1930s, 1940s games I've played where people were just saying wild shit. And I would just in character go, okay, I guess I'm just killing this guy now. And they're just like, what? It was fine back then. I was like, there are loads of people who didn't find this fine back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody ever argues that people are like, oh no, this was fine because it was, that was the context of the era. And it's like something genuinely actually fucked. You can always just point to John Brown. And go, no, we knew it was bad. We knew this was bad. Fuck off. And also too, why do you need the excuse of a game to say terrible things?
Yeah.
What demon exists in your soul?
Why do you want to play that character?
Yeah, like...
Why are you such a pussy that you want to say those words, but you can't just do it? You have to hide behind a character.
Yeah.
Is it because you know you shouldn't?
Because you know it's bad?
Because you're a little bitch?
Correct. Correct. Sorry, we're at that time now in the culture where I'm like, no, fuck you. Like, I'm sorry. Just like...
It's also the point is to either say it or don't. If you have to, like, make up some fuck-ass, I'm actually a vampire from 1940, so it's okay that I hate women. Like, you're a pussy on top of just being, like, fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool, we got it. You have a bunch of internal work you should be doing, but aren't, and now you're making it my problem. Sick. I'm going to murder you in this game now, and then we're going to have a talk. As friends, and if you don't want to have that talk, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So yeah, that would be. So
don't let people do that stuff.
Yeah.
That's advice number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the whole episode we did recently on In Memoriam really answers that question well. I don't remember when In Memoriam came out, but
like it just came out like couple months ago.
Okay, well, this question's from March. So.
Oh, okay, that explains that then.
So, yeah, there's a whole book about that now. So
yeah!
We just did an episode on it. You can go check that out.
We did the character creation. We didn't go through all of In Memoriam, but, I recommend the book if you want to play with time.
Yay.
And death.
Time and death.
Cool.
Yeah. Pete Mayhem
Yes.
just said, you guys had me at Malort, and then recommended a book if we ever wanted to do a deep dive on Malort.
Hell
called
yeah.
Malort, The Redemption of a Revered and Reviled Spirit. So
Hell yeah. If people could start on social media tagging Malort in our stuff,
yes.
I'm low-key trying to get a sponsorship from them.
Yeah. I
The
mean,
amount
I've
of
been
Malort
bringing
we've consumed because of this show is fucking
I've been
absurd.
bringing Malort to conventions and just sharing
The joys.
the joys. So we can someday we'll do a Malo episode.
Yeah, the Gen Con live episode, I wore a official Malort merch shirt that to the event. But no, everyone was so wrapped up in Hunter and Skipper getting stuck in the back rooms that nobody
I
noticed
got
my
lost,
shirt.
and then Skipper had a flat tire and didn't make it. Or no, you didn't have a flat tire that morning, did
No,
you?
you did.
Mhm.
You
No,
did.
Had a flat tire.
They
You had a-
arrived late,
It was
but
a
they
flat
got there.
tire and then a train.
Yes.
Because I was like, no, it was a train. It was both.
It was
It
both.
was both.
The universe did not want you at this
No.
event.
Also, Spooky Plant Gangrel
Yes.
says if we do Malo episode, they demand to be a background goblin, but they will bring their own bottle.
Hell yeah. They also, for those who do not know, that was the lovely person who did the Thaumatussi design.
Yeah,
So, give
and prints
them
our shirts, so
Yeah, so give them a thanks.
yeah. Buy our shirts.
Buy our shirts. Buy our shirts.
Do we want to do one or two more questions and then wrap it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's scoot.
There's a lot of Malort discussion.
Oh no!
Which I appreciate.
We do appreciate the Malort posting. Fucking Jordan's gonna kill me.
Yeah. It's fine.
In and out of character, that man's gonna kill me.
Okay, but here's an actual question
Uh-huh.
from Royson. I hope
Yes.
I pronounced that right. It's a name I've read
Yes.
but never pronounced. But what is your ideal C5? It seems like the Fae it seems like the Fae we are seeing from the outside are more akin to the Lost, but what would you prefer? Personally, I think we'd really be losing something, if they didn't try for dreaming, but maybe you disagree.
I do like some of the stuff from Dreaming, but it is convoluted as shit.
They're very different.
Mm-hmm.
And they both have their strengths and weaknesses. I agree with you. I think Dreaming is very convoluted
Mm-hmm.
lore-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lost is more convoluted in just the amount of options that contradict each other.
Yeah, I do like, at least in the 5th edition for WoD, that the few bits of changeling that have shown up, it is the more eldritch, spooky, get fucked changeling stuff, which I'm like, good, because that's the correct flavor that changeling should exist in.
That also doesn't mean that those have to be the playable
No,
changelings.
no.
I think the setting for changelings needs to be a bit spookier.
Mm-hmm.
Like the winter stuff, and if you really dig into it, it does get spooky, but changeling, it is kind of easy to read through and end up in just kind of like we're happy, silly character kind of game. But I do like that, like, the OG version was a lot meaner, honestly. It was kind of you're on a scale between human and fae, and both extremes are bad for you. Good luck.
Yeah. And I've enjoyed seeing more, the more I've looked into Dreaming, more of like the court system.
Yeah.
I have played a little bit of Changeling the Lost, and I also enjoyed like how the court system works for that. So I think
Honestly, a mix of the two could be cool.
I think, and I do not know because I'm not in the dev room, but I'm also trying to think of like how we've been doing the dice mechanics for 5th ed for everybody so far. Yeah, I think Dreaming would work better in 5th ed than Lost. Honestly, mechanically. Because you do have that, basically, it would have its own, like, community system that's kind of akin to already what exists.
You could almost do it like a Hirano and
Hagalos.
Hagalos,
Yeah,
Or
for sure.
I can't remember what they're called, but Hunter has their own version of that too.
Like the desperation and despair.
Yeah.
So it's like I think Dreaming might work a little bit better for 5th Ed than Lost. But I would say the chances I've had to play Lost is a little bit more new player friendly because it's a little easier to wrap your brain around. Oh, you were just a guy and then he got yeeted into Alice in Wonderland and now you came back all fucked up?
Damn.
Like, you have powers, but you're also traumatized.
Also, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I think stands out as really cool for Dreaming, you could or from Lost, you could work into Dreaming.
Yeah.
Like, you could bring that court system over. You could bring, like, the wider variety of actual types of changelings and all that in.
Yeah, I'm just kind of narratively more partial to the idea of the changeling player character is like the personification of a concept.
Yeah.
And then they're having to square between their mortal identity and this concept that they exist with. Like, I think that existential horror for me is a little bit more interesting to fuck around with, but I also like how close that is to just very like cosmic horror level, just bullshit. And I love me some cosmic horror.
Yeah.
I mean, they both definitely get there.
Mm-hmm.
John, I
John,
feel like
are you okay?
Huh?
chewing on a laptop.
You've
now.
closed your laptop and you've like full mouth like a cartoon character trying to bite a corner of it like it's a slice of cheese.
I don't even know.
All
I'm
right.
just fidgeting.
That's fair.
I think you got hit with the I've never played Change.
I have never
question.
played Changeling. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm letting you guys talk, and I'm going
That's
to chew
fair.
on this laptop till I do.
Which is
something to
this is
say.
very changeling of you, to be honest.
Quite literally,
Okay.
yeah.
Coil would be so proud of you.
Nice.
They're a changeling that can eat anything. But
That's true.
they have bite powers. They could
Red
eat the
cap?
laptop. Yes.
Yes.
I believe so. But yeah, so our answer is kind of both. I don't know. I think those are our base thoughts. I think either could be good. I like
Yeah.
both. I think Dreaming fits better with the other old world settings, we'll say, than Dreaming, but
Dreaming fits
Dreaming
a little
fits
bit
in better
them.
with than Lost does. I think
Yeah.
Lost fits well in Chronicles.
Oh yes.
And I think Dreaming fits better with like the general vibe of World of Darkness. So
I'll trust you guys. I vote that one.
That's fair.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And thank you for not biting your laptop.
anymore. Let's see. There's other people just discussing that question. Gifts I don't understand. More changeling discussion.
The second changeling or mage gets talked, just the chat just opens up like a gaping maw.
Somehow it turned
opinions.
into discussion on Beast the Primordial.
Oh Jesus Christ!
My lovelies.
Just
We
guys,
have to find the questions you put in there. Do we need to make another
chat
channel?
that is just
It's okay.
the discussion channel for the mailbag.
Right.
No, you guys have permissions to make threads.
Yeah.
Just have a thread. Fuck.
Wild.
Here we go. Here's a question from Vampire Woman. And they ask, what splat would you be, and what would be your gimmick as an extreme wrestling warfare fighter?
Wait, what?
I think these are two separate questions.
No, let's make them the same
This
question.
is
What
one
was
sentence.
Oh, okay.
What splat would you be,
it? Okay.
and what would be your gimmick as an extreme wrestling warfare fighter? I don't know what extreme wrestling warfare fighter means.
I'm going to say, let's just make it up.
We're going to be a pro wrestler.
A pro wrestler that does this during war. So they're going out and wrestling other soldiers here.
You guys have
Those
accidentally
soldiers
hit.
have guns.
You've accidentally hit a thing for Skipper because I have had to wrangle him doing this literal
exact
thing in
character.
D&D for multiple games.
Okay, so this is a...
It's true.
Okay.
Okay, so what the fuck is this, Hunter?
So this is a World of Darkness thing. I'm very curious what book this is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
haven't read that
idea.
book yet. It's from Children of the Night, apparently. Thank you, White Wolf Fandom Wiki.
Okay.
But extreme wrestling warfare, known as EW, is a brutal and deadly variation of pro wrestling within World of Darkness. So apparently, there's one arena in which the freakish denizens of the dark can flaunt their nature freely, in which masquerades fall to tatters, and the delirium only exacerbates the onlooker's blood-mad frenzy. This is the Circus of Carnage, known as Classic World of Darkness, sports aficionados as Extreme Wrestling Warfare. So essentially, it's
like WWE and UFC to the death.
But for supernaturals.
Yeah.
Apparently, and it's run by Pentex.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course it is.
So essentially,
Is that better or worse than being sponsored by the Saudis?
Is it the same?
I mean, Pentex would absolutely dismantle a journalist for writing things they don't like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So yes.
Yeah. So apparently, I've not read this book. I don't think I even have. I don't think I have this one actually.
I feel like I do, and I just haven't read it in a long time because I do not remember any of this.
All right, but we got to
we-
be a splat.
Uh-huh.
We got to have a gimmick,
Uh-huh.
And we're a pro wrestler.
and we're pro wrestlers. So is it what we would prefer, or do you think just like real world based on our skills? What would we be? You know, which one is it? You think?
I don't know. Which one are you feeling?
I'd be a werewolf. This is just because what I'd prefer, because it'd be fun. Be a werewolf, and I would wear a unitard, and that's pretty much the whole gimmick.
Werewolf and a unitard.
Werewolf and a unitard.
Okay, and the question is on the unitard. Is it like the one shoulder unitard, or
It's the both shoulders unitard, but it's like painfully neon green.
Yeah.
With all the like seams and the like bordering being painfully neon pink.
Okay. Sick. Sick
Yeah.
master.
I might even have like some flippy, like some old school high top Adidas. I'm gonna be like a unitard wearing crossover thrash listening werewolf.
Are you gonna have a flippy hat?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I'll have a flippy hat.
Hell yeah.
It'll say "ow" on it.
Okay.
They'll call me Dog Boy.
Hear me out, because I think this is funny. Mage.
Okay.
But all my spheres and everything is in entropy and mind.
Okay.
So that I could just... Not particularly good at the wrestling. Not particularly good at it. Actually kind of fragile, if anything. But I'm just able to manipulate, like, luck and circumstances and or just make people think I'm much more of a problem than I am. So it's all just psychological warfare.
Good.
And then if the fight actually happens, oh no, the light fell and broke. I guess I don't have a head anymore. Whoops. I win.
Weird.
Weird how that keeps happening. They can't. They died of dysentery before they got to the ring. Weird. Or you know, some guy that I didn't realize. Oh, I'm on a tag team with him now. Cool. I didn't know. Weird. We're friends, right? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. It's just all mind.
Love it.
I would love to think that I could pull off the is it Rhea Ripley? Like the hot goth mommy?
That sounds right.
Yeah,
I haven't watched wrestling in a long time.
I get a lot of TikTok edits of that woman,
haven't
but I don't
watched it in
actually
a
remember
while,
her
too.
name. And the people who actually pay attention to wrestling are screaming. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
I just realized something. I just described the party god from Adventure Time.
You did.
Oops. I don't change my answer.
No, the answer stays. All right, what do you got, Hunter?
I think my name would be Greg. And
start.
I would be an autumn person.
Okay.
And I would bore the crowd and my opponent
To death.
To defeat. Yes. As a servant of banality, I would just have like the worst matches of all time. but my opponent would just be so drained of emotion they wouldn't care to defeat me.
You're horrible for the ratings.
They do their very best not to book you, but your agent is great.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I step out of the ring. I just put on a coat over the outfit. I am now a wrestling agent. Just my hair in a messy bun. You shouldn't be in the ring, ma'am. I can go where I want. Yeah, you're right. You should go wherever you want. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I feel like I'd win every match until I went up against, like, Skipper's werewolf and just one swipe lose my head, and that'd be the end of it.
Because he's so full of party, he wouldn't give you the time to be banal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also just...
You'd be like, look at this spreadsheet. And I'd
that
be
or,
like, no!
That or anyone with celerity.
They're too
done.
fast to be bored.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast!
We might go to a stalemate, John. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because if our two characters were to fight, you just be like, I'm here to kill you. And I'm like, are you? And you're like, I don't know anymore.
I'd probably so, yes!
Let's go kill that guy. And you're like, yeah!
All right.
Just like, cool, put the coat on.
I'm his manager now.
Yeah.
I think I would beat your character, though, because you'd try and, like, use entropy mind on me, and it'd be like, haha, joke's on you, I'm already hollow inside. I mean, they are called the hollow ones, after all.
Yeah. It's like, are you sure you're supposed to be here? You could just leave.
They're paying me.
What if I paid you more? How much are they paying you? The coat comes back on.
Then I start doing a lot of math in front of you.
That's fine. That works with entropy.
Hold on a moment.
We're
Pulls
just
out one of the old, loud, like, with the roll of tape calculators.
That's almost too much whimsy.
That's fair, actually, yeah.
It's like a TI-89. Like a very sensible calculator.
I like it.
This is a good question.
Mm-hmm,
I think we're at a good time.
Yeah.
Unless
for
you
a
have another
mailbag.
question you want to hit real fast, Hunter.
We're pretty well caught up.
Okay.
So I think this is a good place to pause. I think the next question is a good one, but I feel like we're not going to give it a quick it's not going to go on a quick answer.
Oh no,
so
the next mailbag.
I'm going to forward it to our personal chat
Neat.
so that we can find it again.
Because we are what? Dumb.
Yeah.
We're getting caught up, though.
We are. I like that you actually came up with a real wrestling character. I don't know. I feel like mine is, but only insofar as like Paul Bearer is also a wrestling character.
That is true.
And just Gangrel.
Yeah. And then Hunter actually came up with something that was good.
I don't know if good's the word for it.
It's
It's
great.
conceptually funny. I'll give it that.
It's great. It's the funniest one.
Well, thank you. Well, I think on that note, then, thanks for all the questions.
Yeah.
We are down to less than 2 months worth of questions remaining, so definitely space for more questions if you've got them. Go ahead and drop them in the mailbag chat. And
I dare you.
Please don't talk about fucking Muppets in there anymore.
Stop it.
Now
You know
that
when
you've
we
said that.
drop this episode, it's gonna go back to the Muppet fucking?
Yeah.
Well, you guys can make a Muppet sex thread if you want.
There's already a Muppet porno musical in the world. We don't need to talk about Muppet fucking anymore.
I was upset, and then I remembered which one it was. You were
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
all right, his career's weird enough. That's fine.
Look, I love bad cinema, and I will not apologize. As well as I will also not apologize for the music. Thank you, Paralyze, for the songs.
Yeah.
They are on Bandcamp. Give them dollary dues and listens. They are fantastic. We support artists, god damn it.
Yeah.
I think it's fortuitous that we picked their track Millions of Dead Cyborgs.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the AI hellscape that we exist in. Now pay your fucking artists.
We're manifesting. Although AI is probably going to go the same way as Metaverse did in the next couple years. At least that's what I'm seeing people project.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've seen some projections that are even. It's going to be as bad as the .com bust, like back in the 90s and the aughts, and I'm like,
Oh, boy.
oh no.
Yeehaw.
I love the economy. It's totally not made up, and the points totally don't matter.
They do matter.
I wish they didn't. Look,
They
guys, the
don't.
only thing you have to lose is your chains and your credit score. Anyways, we have social medias. If you want to engage with us there, it's Blue Sky, TikTok, which might not be a thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on TikTok, and Instagram. That it won't die. Metaverse will not die. I wish it would. It's fine. We also have Patreon. If you want to give us some dollar dues and support us, we appreciate it. We've used it to upgrade equipment and editing and do cool production stuff, which we are working on more cool production stuff. We have the Patreon goals. If we get to $7.50 a month, everybody who is a member of the Patreon is going to get a cool enamel pin.
Pins!
Regardless of where you live, we'll ship it to you. We'll figure it the fuck out. And then if we get
I'll
to
throw it.
that real hard.
Super hard.
I believe in you.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
It's gonna throw it back, flip it, and reverse it. If we get to $1,000 a month, we will do the Comisode as well as our first actual World of Darkness travel vlog. Go video showing the locations of the actual places that exist in the World of Darkness.
We'll videotape it with our faces.
Yes.
And our bodies.
Yes, we will go. We'll put on our shoes one at a time, and then go to the place.
Yep.
And then we'll edit. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Also, we have a Ko-Fi for those who don't want to use Patreon, as well as that is where our merch store is. We have shirts and we have stickers. We should be getting more fucking stickers. I am hoping they are actually here by the time this comes out.
That'd be neat.
I heard they're not on the boat anymore.
It's not on the board anymore. Also, we're working on getting more buttons. And we're also working on getting extended sizes for the shirts. I don't know when this is going to drop, so either the pre-orders is happening, or the pre-orders is done, and now we just have extended sizes in the store. Huzzah.
One or the other.
No, one or the other.
I dare you to check it out.
We can help you dress.
Yes. You should
We
get
will
yourselves,
help you stay stylish.
You should get yourself some shirts that fuck.
Yeah. Which means buy them from us.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Yes.
Our shirts fuck is what we're saying.
Yeah, the shirts fuck.
Yeah.
There's the OG logo and then the Thaumatussi both in black and lavender.
Yeah.
If you have other merch ideas of things that you want from us, let us know. We'll figure it the fuck out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If enough of you say something, then we'll probably listen.
Yeah.
I'm not good at listening, but if I'm told multiple times, I damn might remember.
Yay!
Yay, ADHD. Also, if you have a cool project and you want to share it with us and our audience, your cool project, we have an interview series. We would love to talk to you about your cool project.
Mm-hmm.
Hit us up at the email at blankbodies@gmail.com and we will talk to you about your cool project.
I think that it would be a fun idea if you did that.
Yes.
Also, if you were a vampire and you wanted to hit us up to have a conversation, recorded or not, I would suggest reaching out and doing so. Because I would like to have a conversation with you.
Hey, yo.
I love talking.
Yeah.
It's like we do it for a living? Question mark. We are getting paid.
Flintstones joke. It's a living.
It's a living.
That's a living.
That's my life.
Are we done?
I think we're
I
done.
think so yeah,
Oh.
we're just rambling now.
Okay. Well, anyway, hey,
We're just
listeners.
talking.
Hey, guys. I love you. I think you're a really beautiful little creature. Pinch yourself on the cheek. All right.
Wow.
That was weirdly wholesome.